Hey guys, Kevin, and I'm back. Dog stopped barking, baby stopped crying. So here I am, and now I'm going to be reviewing the Nevoks Feelin pod kit. Okay. I saw this pod kit on Matt from Suck My Mod's YouTube channel, and initially, I was like, I got to try this one, and I went to Nevoks.com. That's where you'll have to order it. I don't really know any other places where it's available. And you essentially, as you see, it's on the front page, but they have a store. And I believe that the pods and the shipping and the device came up to something around like 28 bucks, okay? And the way I'm looking at that is it's a steal because they have a really, really good device here. And it's very simple and easy to use. And it has a couple kind of interesting things about it that make it sort of unique to a lot of the other pod systems that are out there, right? 1,000 milliamp hour device, right? So that's a good amount of battery in here, right? Type-C charging, it charges up to 1.5 amps. It does come with, a pod with a removable coil, okay? They've got a 0.6 coil and a 1.0 ohm coil. My favorite is the 1 ohm coil. And they do have an adjustable airflow like the Caliburn, where you take this. Ooh, I'm actually having a little bit of, oh, I don't know if it's actually leaking. It's just right over here. But anyway, they've got a little rubber stopper here, okay? And you orient the stopper to this little section here, which is the airflow, right? You know, the only issue with this is it's nice, okay? Like if I'm touching it, it's this nice, silky, very satisfying device, right? Like the touch, right? But it's a fingerprint magnet, and here I am like touching other devices and filling up other ones. And, I've got what is that? I think that's salty chew, like on my, on my thumb. And I'm kind of marking it up like in the camera, but, so I've got the rubber stopper facing this airflow hole, okay? I get a very good restricted direct lung hit. Pretty good. The responsiveness of the auto draw is pretty solid as well. Now, here's where it really starts to come into play. Flip it over, and now I've got the mouth to lung draw. Very quiet device too. I'm gonna vape it classic mouth to draw, or mouth to lung. Red's apple salt, 7 days Red's apple salt in it, the grape one. Plenty of vapor, plenty of nicotine getting to you. Very, very flavorful vape. You can adjust the power on it as well. There is a fire button, which I'm not a fan of, but the power button's recessed a little bit in here, so it doesn't stick out, and it's not like I'm holding it in my hand against it, and it takes a, actually it's not even firing yet. Now it's firing. It takes a good amount of pressure to get to it, so I don't think it's a hair trigger like the Caliburn G is, or the original Caliburns. So that's a good. I'm not necessarily giving it a con for the fire button, okay? But I can come in here, and I always take my pot out when I change the power options. But all I have to do here is hold it, I click it 3 times. So click, and that tells me where my power option's at. So 3 is obviously full. 1 is gonna be, I've got the manual right here. I'll tell you exactly what it's firing at for each one. All right, so level 1 is 3.1 volts, level 2 is 3.4 volts, and level 3 is 3.7 volts. It appears that this is, obviously I told you it's a 1000 milliamp hour battery. Looks like this is gonna be vaping between 10 and 22 watts, depending on the coil. So, and then you have your adjustable voltage, right? But here we go again. Restricted lung, or restricted direct, mouth to lung. Hear how quiet that is. Gotta do it. Koko Prime. Mouth to lung. Sounds like Liz and the baby might be coming down. We'll see. You're allowed to come down. I'm just doing this. Baby mama's coming. What? Oh, I'm testing the Nevoks. Oh, you're covering him up. She's covering him up like in a little wrap. He's a little little kangaroo baby. Mwah. But, aw. Can't pay for advertising like that. Get a little kangaroo baby, you know, in your, in your vape review. I'm not getting rid of that. So Koko Prime mouth to lung. See, I still get so shocked. It's such a good device, right? Almost silent. I take out the tripod. Here we go. Get a really good comparison. This is what you need, you know, like when you're looking at a new device. I mean, Nevoks has been around. They've had other devices out there. You know, you can buy them on certain sites and stuff like that, but this is completely new here. Yeah, I mean, they've all got Red's apple grape flavor in them, and oh, hang on a minute. What's going on? Caliburn Koko? Oh no, am I out of battery? No. It's not the airflow on it. I don't know what that was about. Yeah, I mean, it's very similar. It's almost impossible to really tell the difference. maybe the tripod edges them out a little bit, just because of the, I don't know, like whatever it is with the airflow. But I mean, this device is essentially what I wish the Caliburn G would have been. The coil is super flavorful, and it, you know, it doesn't have a hair trigger, fire button. I do like the overall form factor of it. Yeah, I mean, it's got a bigger battery than the Koko Prime. It's got a bigger battery than the Caliburn G. You're literally looking at, if this thing's vaping at 11 watts, like low fire. I mean, that's at the low voltage too. Going to full voltage here in a second. Sorry, I accidentally turned it off. I mean, it's so comparable. Yeah, I mean, I've been saying that I wish I didn't have to have two of these, you know, or like, you know, I don't know, like the Fupu V-Through. Like, I'm just gonna be straight up honest. Like, what have I been using the last couple days that I've had this? And a tripod. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I'm not ready to just give up my Koko Prime, but I did actually give one to Liz, because she quit smoking. She's been completely smoke-free for a while now. Yeah, she's also vaping on my V-Through, for real. And yeah, I mean, overall, like, when it comes down to this Nevoks kit, the only cons that I have towards this, okay, are, and again, it's not a con because I do like the sort of silky feeling on it. It's just like, I do feel like it's a little bit of a fingerprint magnet, and then I just wish this mouthpiece was maybe a slightly taller. But that is not a bad con list at all. In fact, I mean, I'm looking for reasons to essentially, like, kind of say that it's, you know, that the Koko Prime is better than the Nevoks. Maybe the fact that it just doesn't have a fire button and I can get the coils more readily. But they're very comparable. They're essentially like two of the same device in many ways, except I guess this has the feature of adjusting your voltage. So, I mean, I can extend the life of the coil and the juice and the battery by vaping this at a lower voltage, which I do, you know, sitting at 2. So, yeah, I mean, Nevoks does have an absolute winner here. The only thing, like I said, that just kind of gives me pause on, you know, saying that I'm never going to use my Koko Prime again or my Caliburn again is because I'm going to have access to fresh coils and fresh pods, you know, much more readily with the Koko Prime and the Caliburn G. So, you know, my device does actually still sit in my pocket, but I have not been using it as much. I have not, since I got the Nevoks Feelin kit. So this is just one of those devices that, you know, like, it is really good, and I wish that it would pick up some steam, because I'd like to see an upgrade to it. I like to see the next one that they do. You know, like, and I'd like to be able to go to my vape shop. I like to go to my local vape shops for coils and, you know, pods and juice and all that, to support them, right? And yeah, unfortunately, I can't do that with this. So that's really the biggest prime. It's going to be, you know, that it's maybe not readily available, but DHL shipping is pretty fast. I mean, I got this device in like 3 days with DHL. So, I mean, you can't go wrong with that. It's just a little bit more expensive. So for 28 bucks, it's a steal. But 28 bucks for this and 4 coils, absolute steal, absolute steal. Like, no question about it. There's no reason not to kind of buy this device if you're looking for a nice flavor producer, something that really verges on all-day vaping experience, because of the size of the battery and all that. And yeah, I mean, it kind of gives you the change up. You know, might not necessarily replace this device in your pocket, you know, fully, but I again, like, I have vape ADHD. I like different devices, I like different flavors, and this is a fantastic one. So Nevoks absolutely has a winner on it. Thanks for Matt, you know, from Suck My Mods, for essentially posting about it, so we could find out about the device. And yeah, overall gets a really, really high recommendation. I mean, it's an A+. It's an A+ device. You know, I really, aside from the fact that it's a really crowded race. Where is my, well, here, I got my V through pod. Looks like Liz has it right now. It's a really tight race, like up in this, like, A performing thing here, but it totally performs with the big dogs, 100%. Maybe better than the probably better than the Caliburn G, probably. But I'll be doing like Coil and performance updates and stuff like that on it, so you guys will at least know whether or not that you know, stays true. All right, guys, with that said, thanks. Like, subscribe, all that, and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can.